Yeah, yo, yo, yo. Ugly truck driver, how the flock are you? Well, let's see. Let's bypass Obama with his amnesty executive order. Let's bypass Obama and Ferguson, Missouri, with their racist BS cop shooting type stuff. All the rest of that to keep your mind occupied while your government passes 3,500 bills and regulations behind your back at midnight before they go out on a Thanksgiving break. Yeah. We here in America must be sheep. We must be like that Gruberized individual, Jonathan Gruber, said regarding the Obamacare thing, that Americans are stupid. I am beginning to seriously believe that Jonathan Gruber, that elitist socialist son of a bitch from MIT, is right. Americans are stupid. They're dumber than a box of freaking rocks. And with that attitude, maybe we ought to sit there and say, well, you know what? If you're that stupid, you got your head up your rectum or in the sand, and don't see all the crap coming by you that people, social groups, politically correct governments are trying to shove right up that giggy of yours with no Vaseline, maybe you should just shut up and accept it. Me, not gonna happen. I was sitting here watching, right? Now, I'm not Catholic. Anybody happen to catch the Pope going over there to the Middle East, sitting down with a Muslim mufti, sharing prayers, signing an agreement with Islam and the Muslims to be peaceable and all that good stuff? Or did you miss it? Or did the liberal media bury it? Yeah. I ask you a question. I'm not Catholic, so I'm going to ask Catholics the question. You got this new pope, comes from South America. What is it, Brazil? It's a socialist country. You make him the head of the Catholic Church. And, okay, he's got some good points. You know, he'll get on the bus and ride to work with the rest of the people down there in Brazil, with the common folks. But he goes and signs an agreement with a religious organization that has 1,400 years of terrorism behind it. I remind you, 90% of the terrorism occurring in the world, not just the United States, not just Europe, not just Africa, 1,400 years of terrorism, 90% of it has been committed by Muslim terrorists, Muslim radicals. And yet this Pope of yours signs a peace agreement with this guy. Now, do you think the people in Iraq, like ISIS, Syria, like ISIS, Iran, atomic bombs, really give a flying fig what your Catholic Pope has to say? Kumbaya, kumbaya, kumbaya. We all got to be friends. We all got to hug and love each other. Do you really want me to put up on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page the links to all the reality, the 109 verses of violence and murder that's in the Quran against people that are non-Muslims, people that are kafars? You're still going to live with that jihadist in your backyard? I don't know. Then I just saw, not 10 minutes ago, some genius over there in UK, that's Britain or England, depending on what you want to call it, says that when Charles gets coronated as king whenever his mother dies, that he should recite out of the Quran, that he should pay benevolence to the Quran. I would remind you, anybody that's got a half a brain, get on YouTube, get on some of these alternative news pages, and see where these Muslims, these Islamists, now these are not, quote, terrorists, we're told, minus the guys slaughtered that English military guy coming off base and hacked him to death in the middle of the street, that there are people of the Islamic faith, Muslims, that want nothing better than to take over and rule the world and will not be happy until the whole world is Islamic with their Sharia law and all that goes with it. And the 109 verses of violence. Europe as a whole, that's like Norway, Sweden, Netherlands, Holland, France, Germany, Spain, England, Scotland, Ireland, the whole rest of them, have been inundated by the Islamic culture and their Sharia law, to the point that UK and Europe in general have lost their testicles to these terrorists, to this Sharia law. You have areas and cities and in the countries over there where there is no law and order. They have chased the authorities of those countries out of these areas and say, nah, we're running it. We're doing it under Sharia law. And they're trying this crap here in America. Try Islamatown, New York. Try Dearborn, Michigan. A bunch of other places they're trying this crap. And everybody wants to give it a pass. Then you get some of these Christian preachers here in America. What happened in the Episcopal Cathedral in Washington, D.C., what was it, a week ago? Kumbaya time! We're going to have a Muslim imam in a Christian church speaking out of the Quran. And then some lady got thrown out of there for protesting. Just like what happened over in Germany about a year or so ago. Chrislam, as they call it. That's a mixture of Christianity and Islam. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It's a lie. It's a joke. It's a farce perpetrated on you by people of the Christian religion worldwide that want to sit there and make nice to Islam. Do you really, in the long run, give it a thought that these people don't give a crap about what they said in public? They have their own agenda. World domination, religiously, socially, psychologically. Go read the Quran. I had one in my apartment for 8 years and read it. I'm not an authority on it. I read enough of it to say, this is something I want no parts of. And I looked up the history of Muhammad, messenger of God, to see what he was. He was nothing more than a warlord, a pervert, a pedophile, an insane SOB. And they've murdered millions of people all around the world, from the Philippines to India, the Middle East, Africa, Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, Hamas. I don't give a damn what you call them, what name they're running under this week. They're Muslim terrorists, and they have one agenda: world domination. You either submit or die. But even Billy Graham's son came out and sat there and said, Islam is totally, repeat, totally incompatible with Christianity as we know it, as it's written. Even Putin, president of Russia, came out and sat there and said, hey, You want to practice your religion? Go ahead. Don't do it here. Don't do it in my country. Angola, Africa, the first people with a big set of cojones, banned Islam, banned Muslims, took bulldozers to their mosques. What's happening with the rest of the world? Even in Germany, you've got these guys that are once considered thugs and radicals in Germany that are now trying to drive Muslims, Islamists out of their country. They don't want to hear doodly squat about the Quran, Islam, Muslims. And you can go and check out online, you can check out here on YouTube, honor killings, genital mutilation by these people. I mean, do we have to remind ourselves that just recently ISIS sat there and had 3 or 4 beheadings they photographed? A couple of news type people and all that, and sliced their heads off, just trying to aggravate the P1 and dog poo out of you. These are people that you want to have running your life? The peaceful religion, as they call it? According to them, the only time it's going to be peaceful is when they totally dominate the world. Right now, there's probably somewhere around 1 billion or maybe 1.5 billion Muslims. And of that, they say maybe 10 or 20% of these radical terrorist types. It finally took the American government, somebody got enough balls to sit there and designate Council on American Islamic Relations as a terrorist group. They were an unindicted co-conspirator after the 9/11 airplane crashes into the Twin Towers in New York. But political correctness, you can look it up. You can find it on YouTube. I've put it up here before. You had the minister in England sit there and say, Islam is a peaceful religion. You had George Bush say, Islam is a peaceful religion. You had Bill Clinton say, Islam is a peaceful religion. How long are you going to buy this Kool-Aid? You got Barack Obama sat there and said, America is no longer a Christian nation. Excuse me? If it's not Christian, then what it is it, Obama? It damn sure ain't Muslim. I promise you that. Go back to 1620, the Mayflower Compact. America was founded on Christian Judeo principles. And all the political correctness, all the atheistic BS about politics and religion and separation of church and state does not change the simple fact that the Jews in America, the Christians in America, are the predominant premier people in America. And it does not matter their skin color. Just to make that clear in case somebody wants to do that racist number on me. If you people out there in Never Never Land, out there in the Ethernet, whether it's here in America, whether it's in Europe, Australia, or anywhere else, don't wake up and smell the Kool-Aid. You're dumber than a box of rocks. I just heard on the news today. They want to try and blow up 5 airplanes somewhere in the world before Christmas. Well, that's like 25 days away. The FBI in America finally got a set of balls, and actually came out and said it, I think it was yesterday or today. Military types, people with military background, active duty military, on your social pages. Scrub your social pages of any connection so that these terrorists can't find you, and they've already been instructed to find you and take you out, take your families out. the FBI, and trust me, Eric Holder is not my most famous fucking friend in life. But the FBI finally said, yeah, this is a real threat to American military. It does not matter if you're here in the U.S. or stationed somewhere around the world or wherever your family might be. You don't have to be there. The FBI said, scrub your social pages of any military connection because these Islamic terrorists, I don't care if it's ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Hamas, who the hell ever they are these days. They got more names than Carter's got little liver pills anymore. Scrub your pages. Me, ex-military, truck driver, badass attitude. It's like a bunch of my friends on Facebook. Moulin Labe, motherfucker. Try it. I want to see if any of these fucking camel jockey, raghead sons of bitches want to try this shit. And even with the restrictive gun laws around the world, I mean, even Putin's freeing up the gun laws in Russia. They try it, shoot these fuckers. Shoot them on sight. Take them out. You're in a car in a parking lot, they come after you, run them the fuck over. Grind them into the fucking ground. These fucking self-radicalized assholes that want to leave America and go to Syria and go to Iraq and Iran and all that, let them go. Pull their fucking passports so they can't come back to America afterwards. Let them go live with the fucking goat fuckers over there. It is way past time for any Jew, any Christian, any Buddhist, or any other religion other than Islam to stand up and say, we're not taking this crap. And if you keep it up, we're going to take you out. And if it means religious genocide, then so be it. We didn't start this fight 1,400 years ago. But goddamn, we'll friggin' finish it. You want to get down in the dirt and in the mud with the pigs and the blood. America needs to wake up. Europe needs to wake up. Africa needs to wake up. Australia, Southeast Asia. You know, we don't hear much about the Philippines. They're doing a pretty good job of killing off Christians over there, too. Now, I've got a couple friends on my Facebook page from the Philippines that are Christians. Y'all need to pay attention. They're out hunting for you. You walk around knocking on your doors with your pamphlets and shit, you're liable to run into one of these terrorists over there and just cut your throat while you stand there at the front door. I have never tried to have a vendetta against any one person, any particular thing in life. But I know from my heart of hearts, God has told me indirectly, this religion shall not stand. And those that back it, those that sit there and are so politically correct to ignore it, this Chrislam crap and everything that goes with it, I will call you out. If I see you on the street, I will call you out. And all of these peaceful Muslims, these neutral Muslims, and all the rest of that good stuff that we see out there, be on notice. If that's what you truly are, then you're in violation of your own Quran, which makes you subject to possible extermination. Why you stay in that religion is beyond me. One of the biggest recruiting places that I have found for Islam and Muslims and terrorism in America is the American penal system. They're recruiting gangsters in jail when they get out, left and right. You see them on the streets of New York City and Philadelphia, Chicago, Miami, LA, Dallas, selling their incense and shit and drugs on the side. Y'all need a wake-up call, folks. You seriously do. And as far as any preacher, I don't care where they're from, preaches Chrislam, the combining of Christianity and Islam, may God send you straight to hell. I ain't BSing. This religion, which I call a cult, needs to stop now. I don't care what country it's in. I don't care what politic it tries to find. We already know in President Barack Hussein Obama's cabinet, there are 11 Muslims with direct ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. Doesn't that tell you something about the current occupier of the White House? Well, what do I know? I'm just a dumb truck driver. You've been warned. I've given you the high five on it before. I've put videos up here before about it. It's getting to the critical point. You people need a serious wake-up call and be able to call these people out when you see them with their protests and their threats and their intimidation and everything else, and take them to task. And if it gets violent, it's on them. They started it. We'll finish it. Truck driver's opinion, you understand.